County. Hardin County.
Welcome, everyone, to Hardin Local Weekly Podcast. I'm Phil Taul, and we're glad you're here with us today. We hope you enjoyed the new version of our theme song. Spent some good time on that. You like it, Scott?
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah. You like your guns, you know?
Yeah,
I realized me and you didn't have anything on there, so in the song, so I went ahead and added it. But anyway, Rachel is on. Go ahead.
AI generated song?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. It's good.
Yeah. I went through 20 revisions to get all the right instruments added. You know, we did a banjo lead, saxophone. I have some harp in there. I got all sorts of different instruments. So that's pretty cool.
Time to be alive.
Well, Rachel is off this week, everyone. So I'm leading the charge. And we've got a good show for you today. John O'Brien has your full Hardin County events. And the guide for this week, and it is spring break, so there's a lot going on. We know you all are hanging out with your kids and doing a lot of fun things with them. We have a special guest joining us today, Kevin Parrott. Thank you for joining us, Kevin. And we'll be talking to him about Cuba here short. And he's been to Cuba 4 times, for those y'all don't know. So since 2019, so that'll be real interesting to separate fact from fiction. And what's going on over there on that island. Nate Bryan has your business buzz with some big moves happening in Elizabethtown. And Britton, is it just you? Is Michelle going to be there at all?
She will be sitting in shortly. She is. She had a 1:00 dress pickup, so we're getting that wrapped up right now.
All right.
Yeah, it's that prom season, man.
Yeah, I get it. And so the experience here, they're going to do something a little different today. They're going to walk us through exactly how they do restaurant reviews, the full playbook. But first, let's bring everybody up on screen. Hey, everyone. Bear with me here. I haven't been primary host in a minute. So we've made quite a few changes. I had gotten used to the old way. The new way is different. So we got Scott Lucas, my co-host.
What's up,
Scott? John O'Brien does events and happenings. Good to see you, John. We got Nate Bryan, businessman, business news, business buzz. And Britton and Michelle McDowell, which are the experienced eaters. And I'm Phil Taul, the creator of Hardin Local and your host for it. Let's check comments real quick. Yes, Britton put this comment out there, and we'd love to know, where is everyone watching from today? We realize you may be enjoying the beautiful weather out with your kids. If that's the case, that's fine. We will definitely have a edited version of this and all the segments here shortly after we get done. So before we get rolling, let's make sure everyone knows how to stay connected with us. Hardin Local is on Spotify, Apple Music, iHeartRadio, and Amazon Music. If you listen to podcasts on any of those platforms, please follow us there. And if you have friends or family members who live locally, invite them as well. You can find all our links at hardinlocal.com. You can scan the barcode right over here, take you right there, and you'll be able to find just every link that we discuss here, as long as I remember to put them up there. If there is a link that you can't find, just comment on the live stream, and we'll make sure to drop one in there for you. That's your one-stop shop for everything Hardin Local. And soon to be a brand new website too, which we're not going to talk about that now, but I'm excited about it. I almost got it done. Follow us on LinkedIn, subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you're watching right now on Facebook and you haven't followed us, go ahead and hit that follow button. Drop your comments and questions, events, or business tips in the chat. We love hearing from you, and we'll check them throughout the show. Share this stream with your friends, family, neighbors, anyone who loves Hardin County as much as we do. And if you've got shout outs, personal or business, drop them in the comments right now. We'll read them throughout the show and definitely try to follow up and get them all out by the end of the show. So hosts, start thinking about any shout outs you may have too. So before we get going, a couple other things. Wanted to wish a happy birthday to Judge Keith Taul, my father, who's also Judge Executive, Hardin County. And his birthday was yesterday, so belated, but still, happy birthday. I went out to the farm yesterday and had a nice birthday dinner that my mother had cooked. It was very good. And then let's pay the bills real quick, y'all. Episode sponsor you may see is Riders Market in Upton, Kentucky. And today's episode is brought to you by Riders Market in Upton, Kentucky. They are at 102 College Street. And in a world where the grocery business and a lot of other retail businesses have sold out to corporate interest, Riders Market is one of those old school grocery stores that still cares about their customers. This is the kind of place where the staff proactively greets you and asks if you need help finding anything. And you know, guys, you know that impossible to find item on your wife's grocery list? You know, they'll definitely help you find it. I don't know how much time I've wasted trying to find, well, not wasted, let me rephrase, but back in the day looking for different things that I couldn't find. But this is one of those places where they know where everything is. That you just got to ask, or they'll probably ask you. Some of you might actually remember Riders Market as Riders Best Way. Mm-hmm. I think that it's been around for a long time, back in the 40s or 50s. They've got fresh fruit, eggs, meat, your favorite snacks, stacked deli sandwiches for lunch. Plus, they also have pickling, canning, and meat curing supplies. They're open Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., and on Sundays from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. Stop into Riders Market in Upton and be treated like an actual human, all while supporting a wonderful local business owned by people and our friends here in Hardin County. Give them a call at 270-369-8510. And also hit up hardinlocal.com and go to the link that says follow Riders Market and go ahead and follow their Facebook page. Does anyone else have an announcement or anything else they want to share? Scott, John, Nate, or anything?
I didn't have it in mind. We did put it on Hardin Local for businesses, but sad news, Seago, Mr. Seago, a lot of names down in Glendale, but the original founders of the Whistle Stop has passed away. A lot of us have probably been to Whistle Stop once or twice in our lives. I grew up in Glendale, so went there several times, but great man, great restaurant. What he's done I don't think you could think of Glendale without mentioning Whistle Stop.
This is true. We hope he rest in peace. It's always a sad thing when people move on, but at least he lived a life and provided a lot of us with delicious food.
He did do that.
We also have a comment here from Snow Dogs Food Truck saying they are in front of Lowe's as always. Come try our new Barkin' Bubblers and Snow Dogs Dirty Soda. Does anybody know what a Barkin' Bubbler is? I'm not sure.
I'll have to find the Facebook post.
They'll probably tell us if they're watching right now. Go ahead and put it in the comments. Let us know what that is.
Rank that if you start chasing cars.
That's a good question.
I've never had a Barkin' Bubbler, but I have had one of their championship hot dogs.
I gotcha. All right. Icebreaker time. With the kids out on spring break, this one should bring back some memories. Was your favorite thing about spring break growing up? And being out of school is not. That's an answer that you can't use because everybody knows that.
Oh man, come on.
Well, I'll hop in and go first on this one. I grew up in Western Kentucky down on Kentucky Lake, and so spring break for us usually meant the first swim in the lake of the year. It always worked out to where either accidentally, where somebody would be fishing or we'd be playing basketball. The court we all played on was by the lake. It was either accidentally somebody ended up in the lake, or if it was a pretty warm spring break, it was intentional that somebody ended up in the lake. But spring break was always the first swim of the year.
God, cold to swim today. Anybody going to swim?
No, but that's a good idea now. Swimming.
Hey,
what about you?
You got the pool in the background, Scott.
Yeah, I know, right?
Can you go jump in?
We go to Summer Spring. I guess as a kid, just not being at home. You didn't have to be out. You had to be home, stuck. Obviously, I played video games back in the day, so probably late nights playing video games.
What about you, Nate?
We never, as much as I travel, people think I travel all the time. We never really went anywhere over spring break. So during spring break, I was fortunate to grow up on a farm in Glendale, and I had a decent basketball court, so we played basketball almost every day if the weather was good. Had friends over for video games. I grew up with Mario Kart, where we had to have the wired controllers, and everybody crowded around the TV, video game stuff, watching movies and TVs, and being able to go to Movie Palace at the time during the week, and not have to wait till Friday or Saturday to go.
Well, Blockbuster. That was when Blockbuster was around. So
I remember Blockbuster, Lou's Video, Video Vault. That gray hair is starting to show again, but I remember them all.
I know I remember. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
About the same age. What about you, John?
So I was lucky enough to have both my parents. They were in education. So we pretty much, they were on vacation when we were on vacation. So we'd all go on vacation together. We'd go down to the beach. I remember cracking crab legs, all you can eat crab legs, and having a time with that. So it was nice to not have to be at home or playing around the house. We could actually go somewhere every time.
Great. So I see Michelle over there. Does she have any spring break memories?
Sorry guys, I was busy with prom dresses. It is the season. So, spring break memory. Goodness. My family, when we were small, every summer we'd go as a family somewhere. Spring break, we did summer stuff, but we'd go someplace all together. And one year we went to Cape May, New Jersey. And it's just picturesque. All the Victorian buildings that line the whole beachfront. And we stayed in a really neat hotel that was literally, you looked out on the front porch and it was just ocean. And it was so picturesque and so beautiful. And so then for the rest of my life, anytime you see pictures of Cape May, it just looks like a postcard. So if you want to see something absolutely gorgeous that looks like old fashioned, just loveliness, look up Cape May, New Jersey and all the Victorian houses. That was something that I think was really, really neat. And I've never experienced that again anywhere else. So that was fantastic. To walk out the door and you're on the beach. It was gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
Loved it. It was a long drive to get there, but it was gorgeous.
I bet. Not when I was a kid, but when I had just graduated from, I think it was college, I spent some time in Rhode Island, and one of the springs I was out in Newport and in Rhode Island, which had a lot of those big houses. And a lighthouse. And I just remember spending a nice spring there. And then when I was younger, my family, we were all homeschooled. So we would do a lot of camping trips. So Red River Gorge and places like that. So it was always fun.
And you know what? I think that's something that I hate to say teenagers nowadays don't get to experience so much that kind of stuff with their parent. My entire junior high, maybe from 4th grade through maybe 7th grade or so, my grandparents had moved from here to California, and we had a great big motorhome, and we drove from Kentucky to California and back 3 times each summer. And so we stopped, and it would take us 2 weeks to get there. We'd spend 5 days at my grandparents', and then we'd take 2 weeks to come back. And we would stop at every single national park, everything there was. So I have seen literally almost everything there is to see across the country. And I think those trips and camping trips and special times with your family where you're together and you get to see amazing things, I think that's something that's really lacking in today's society. It's parents don't have the time or the money to do that. And as a kid, sometimes you think, oh gosh, we got to do this again, and you may not like it as a child while you're doing it, but adult you looks back at those experiences and it's absolutely incredible. I wish lots of people could experience that kind of time with their family on their vacations and their spring breaks, So,
I agree.
I know we try to do things with our kids to have special times like that. And those are the things, of course, those are the memories that you make to remember and end up being the most important things when you didn't think that they were going to be important at the time.
I remember one of my favorite trips was, I think we went to Big Mountain in Montana and went skiing, snowboarding, things like that. And that was pretty cool. That was not a regular thing. We usually would just, be on a budget and do camping. And I remember even thinking, like you said, because I was a computer nerd guy, I'd just be like, oh, I wish I was at home, but looking back on it, I wish I'd enjoyed those trips more because they were fun when I think back on it. And anywho, Kevin, are you there, or are you still working on your camera?
No, I'm here.
Okay. What about you? Spring break as a kid?
Well, that's one reason that started my travels off was because our parents always took us somewhere on spring break, and I just kind of continued that through adulthood. And now I go around the world instead of just in the U.S. So that's what led me to Cuba, actually.
All right. Well, we'll be talking to you soon about that. And Kevin, if your cameras still have an issue, you can leave it like that if that works better for you, the way you have it now. But whatever you want to do. We're going to go ahead and move on to events. Oh, there you go. Now we see you. Looks like you got it resolved, so that's great. You're on mute.
I'll just leave it off until I start.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. All right, Joe.